Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, I have discussed about that on-click event, right? How to working with the on-click event. I hope it's very clear to you. Now friend, in this video, I want to discuss about another most important things as a onSubmit. Because in our project, we have to create multiple form, right? That means our submitted form. So how can handle that form in React.js? Now in this video, I will show you that things with a live example. For doing this right now, I want to remove everything. I want to make it as a clean. Okay, here button, we don't need it. I want to make it as a clean. So in particular that area, I want to simply load it one of the form. That means HTML form. Okay, that will be as a form. Sorry, form. I want to load one of the form. Here we don't need any action. I simply remove this action, and into the form area, I want to use one of the input field. Input type, here we don't need anything. Okay, I want to remove everything. Only I want to use one of the placeholder. I want to make it as a name. So that will be as a name. Okay, and also after that, I want to take one of the button will be as a submit. SUBMIT, right? Submit. And also for the button, our type will be as a submit, right? So I make it as a submit because that is one of the form. So now if you click as a save, okay, I make it as a save all. And now if you go to our project, and into the project, you can see now that they have some of the name. And here when you click as a submit, and if you go, you can see that is actually our page is refreshed. So React is the single page application. Here that should be not a refresh any page. Right here we have to prevent it. So if you want to prevent it, simply I want to do in here, okay, in here before that our return function. Here I want to create another new function. You can create that regular function, or rather than you can also create that arrow function. So here I want to create one of the arrow function. Before I have already discussed about that things with you. I take one of the constant. I name that our function name will be as a post form. Okay, I name it as a post form data. Now this type of one of the function I want to create, and here also I want to create one of the arrow function. Okay, here if you want to create this arrow function, so that will be our arrow function. So here right now I have created our function name as a post form data. So that is our post form data. Now I want to execute it in our form. So into the form area, if you want to execute it, we have to call another function as a onSubmit. Okay, that is actually another onSubmit function. Here I want to simply pass that our function that I have created as a arrow function, I have created as a post form data, and here I simply pass it. Right now if you click as a save all, that will be also refreshed. Like if you refresh it, and now if you click as a submit, you can see still now our page is refreshed. That means when you click it as a submit, that is the page is refreshed. So now we have to prevent it. So if you want to prevent these things, here only we have to do in our function area, we have to pass one of the event parameter. Here I want to pass it as an event. You can pass it as an event, or rather than if you want to pass it only the E, it will be totally fine. So now I want to make it as an event. So this type of one of the parameter, I simply pass it. And now with this event parameter, I want to do in JavaScript that have also another function as a preventDefault. I want to simply call it as a prevent, okay, prevent, and then the default. PreventDefault. So now that is one of the by default JavaScript function. Here I only want to call it. Okay, so right now by all that our form by default behavior will be reloaded. That means when you submit it, then that will be reloaded this page. But right now when you call it our preventDefault method, automatically this page will be not reloaded. I show you now. If you click as a save all, and now if you go, and now here if you put some of the things, click as a submit, and you can see our page is not reloaded. Okay, so like here I want to do, when you click as a submit, I want to show some of the alert. In that case only after that, okay, after that I want to make it as an alert. So you can actually do a lot of work in particular that area. When I complete some of the project, then that will be very much helpful. Okay, all that fundamental that will be needed for your later. Now I make it as a form submitted. Okay, now this type of the alert message, now that should be display. Let's check this out. Click as a save all, and now if you go, I want to refresh it again, and here I simply put something, click as a submit. Yes, you can see it's now successfully executed. It's now successfully display as a form submitted. I hope friend you get some of the idea about that on-click event, you get some of the idea about that on-submit. Okay, so that will be very important one of the part. Make that sure you understand it. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.